Anderson One's located in the northern part of Anderson County. It includes the Powdersville community, the Wren community, and the Palmetto-Williamston community. So we have three distinct communities, three elementary and middle school feeder systems that feed all three of those high schools. We have 14 total schools in Anderson One. We have one adult education center, which is located in the old Pelzer Elementary School. We have a Anderson 1 and 2 Career and Technology Center, which provides exceptional training for career and technical education students. We have about 10,000 students, counting pre-K students, about 10,000 students in the district, a very fast-growing district. We're anywhere from 1% to 3% growth. We add 100 to 200 students a year, typically for the past couple of years, so growth is certainly an issue for us. Well, I think one of the things that we've really worked very hard on is our graduation rate. We've improved our graduation rate from the mid-80s up to above 92% now. We feel really good about that. We're working very hard from pre-K all the way up through 12th grade to make sure that we're providing students with the academic foundations that they need to be successful throughout school, and also obviously to be prepared for college and careers once they leave Anderson One. Well, obviously one of the priorities is to continue the tradition of excellence in Anderson One. We want to make sure that those things that we do really well, we continue to do really well in the future. Anderson One has exceptional people. We've got great teachers. One of the things that I feel like is probably the best thing about Anderson One is the teachers and the students that we have in Anderson One. We have got an extremely dedicated group of faculty and staff members. Our administrators very dedicated to their schools and the students and the parents. And we got great communities. We have a lot of people that move to Anderson County and move to Anderson School District 1 in order to be in the school district in Anderson 1. And I think that really speaks volume to the people in the district. Although we have 10,000 students, it's really a family atmosphere. We all know each other, and there's never any issue with a teacher or any staff member at a school having a conversation about any issue that they feel is necessary with district office personnel. With 1% to 3% growth in the district, obviously we are running out of space fairly quickly. We have a number of buildings, a number of schools in our district that are at or nearing capacity. So it's important that we have a plan in place moving forward. We don't have a lot of portables in the district, but we did have to set some up this year because we had a couple of schools that were really over capacity. So we do have a building program plan. That plan actually calls for replacing two of our very old middle schools that are over 75 years old. Lots of issues with those middle schools, as you can imagine, any building that's that old. So Wren Middle and Palmetto Middle are two buildings that we plan on replacing in the coming years. We also have some addition needs. We have some schools that need an 8-room, a 10-room addition to make sure that they are set for the number of students that are coming to them, at least for the next 10 or 15 years. We also have some safety initiatives. Our camera systems, our access door systems are all at some of our schools 8 to 10 years old, so those need to be replaced. And so those are things that are in our building program that we really need to work on in the coming year or two. It's very important. Our Board of Trustees really for a couple of years has really worked to make sure that's reality in Anderson One. We feel like the very best way to keep our students and staff safe is to have a certified law enforcement officer or school resource officer in each one of our schools. We were able to do that this coming school year with the addition of 4 resource officers. So now all 14 of our schools will have a certified law enforcement officer or school resource officer in each one of our schools full time. So we are very, very pleased with that and grateful to our board for their guidance and leadership in allowing us to do that. Well, curriculum is something that we work on every single day. It's clearly one of the most important things that we do in a school, those basic skills and those advanced skills that students need to be successful in career and further in their education in college. And so we work on that very regularly. Our one-to-one initiative with technology is something that we feel like helps our students immensely. We're a one-to-one district from grades 3 through grades 12. Our third graders.
Explain what that means.
Sure. Our third graders in grade third through eighth grade all have iPads, and our high school students, 9th through 12th grades, have Chromebooks that they use. This is the 5th year of our one-to-one initiative, putting that technology in the hands of students. And technology obviously is ubiquitous at this point in time, and so students being able to utilize technology effectively is very, very important for a life skill for students leaving us. Our students use those, our teachers use those, organizational devices, obviously research type of devices. There's lots of things that students can do with the iPad that makes the paperwork, minimizes the amount of paperwork that has to be shuffled between teacher and student and even parent and student. So we're very pleased with that. Our instructional technologists have done an exceptional job in making sure that our teachers are well versed in the applications and the programs that'll be most successful in helping our students be academically successful. Career Center is absolutely vital to us. We have a world-class Anderson 1 and 2 Career Center. I would recommend anybody that has not visited the Career Center or at least looked it up online to see the programs and efforts that they make. It is a fabulous facilities. The instruction, the administration there at the Career Center really does a phenomenal job of making sure that that those careers and those avenues that are really hot out there, that are really hiring, that they're on the cutting edge of those technology initiatives. We have many students who leave the Career Center either going on to advanced education or straight into the workforce that are getting advanced placement type of either in their job or in their college because of the work that's being done at the Anderson 1 and 2 Career Center. And you think of sometimes, particularly some of us who are a little older, think about a Career Center mostly as a vocational school. And while there are some vocational trade type programs at the Career Center, they are very high paying jobs. Our welding program is absolutely renowned across the state. Those students are getting very high paid jobs when they leave the Career Center. But that's just one of the examples of those trade type training that's going on at the Career Center. There is a lot of high-tech focus and curriculum that's at the Career Center as well. Things like their business program and the computer programs that they have with the programming, the computer repair, as well as some just really good opportunities for students to get some advanced work in things like law enforcement and the firefighting programs, culinary arts. Those are programs that students are doing very well at the Career Center, and then taking that and really doing well when they leave the Career Center in those occupations. In Anderson 1, we have always believed that the student needs to be involved in their education other than just sitting in the classroom with the textbook and the curricular materials. Having those extracurricular activities, the sports, the band, the clubs, chorus, those organizations are really important when it comes to the life of a student. what we find is that students who are involved in those kinds of activities, although some of those things take an awful lot of time as far as practice and meetings and those sorts of things, but those students actually do better academically than students who are not involved in those things that may be very, very time consuming. The leadership skills, the ability to be able to work together, the teamwork that you receive in those kinds of organizations, those are things that business and industry tell educators that this is what we need. Yes, we need very bright and smart students who can do math, who can compose a letter. We need that, but we also need students who can work independently. We need students who can work in teams. We need students who understand leadership abilities and how to work with a group to accomplish a task. And all of those things really are fundamental in our extracurricular activities. So really the extracurricular activities are fundamental and integral in the whole educational process. Well, I think one of the things that's helpful in being at a particular district for a long period of time is that you've seen the trends. You've seen what's worked in the district, and you've seen what's not worked. Sometimes those things tend to recycle and come back up again, and by being in the district, 10 years ago or 15 years ago, we made a push for whatever it may be, and it just didn't work for our students. And that's something that you know up front, that the district has already gone down that road and has not been successful in doing that. You also have a really good understanding of the human capital that you have in your district. You know where your people are, your leaders are, where the skills are located in your district. Sometimes it takes a number of years to learn where those skills and aptitudes reside in the district. I'm fortunate enough to have been here a long time, and I know a lot of people in the district as well as the community. That's really important, to be able to know your communities in Anderson 1. We have 3 very distinct communities, and it's important to know the people and know the communities in those areas. I think that's vitally important to have an open door policy from the cafeteria manager to a teacher, to the principal at a school, to the superintendent. We need to be available to the public. We need to be available to parents, to students, and we feel like that's one of the things that we do very well in Anderson 1. When we get a phone call, when we get an email, we return those phone calls, return those emails, and we certainly try to listen very intently as community members or parents share concerns or topics that they feel like that the district may need to address. So we feel like that's one of the strengths of Anderson 1, and we feel like that's one of the reasons that Anderson 1 is growing as much as it is, because the district is so responsive to the community and to our parents and students and our faculty and staff as well. I think the website is a great place to start. We have a lot of really good information on the Anderson 1 website. That certainly is a good place to start. The individual schools as well have websites with a host of very school-specific information on there. So those are always good places to start if you want to find out about the district.